What it do, my nation? So the Raiders have their franchise quarterback, or so everybody's saying. Where do we go from here? Well, we definitely got to shore up the O line around him. Definitely need a running game, but the focus now should be on defense. We need a dominant defense. John Leon was good. Appreciate you pulling up. We were supposed to have that dominant defense last year. Didn't work out with all the injuries. Now a lot of those key players are possibly moving on. We don't know who's going to be signing, who's not, but if the stories are true and they're really trying to pay Geno Smith $200 million for 4 years plus Max Crosby plus Christian Wilkins, man, it's going to be rough. So but we're going to talk about it. We're going to figure out, must need free agents. We want to get your opinion. What you guys think? Robert Pena, what's good? What's good? Me, appreciate you pulling up. You know, who are the big names? Who do we really need on this roster to shore up this defense? Are we moving on from Jack Jones? Is he staying on the roster? You know, I say just move on, but all signs so far point that we might just keep him or might let him go, post June 1st. It depends. Might see how he does in camp. But the big name surfacing that everybody's talking about is none other than the Minnesota Vikings, Byron Murphy. Now, the contract is, of course, crazy. DJ Reed is another name going around. My guy Cowtown Ludo, that's always on here. DJ Reed, we all know the connection, or if you don't know the connection, he has a connection with Patrick Graham. That's always big, having a connection, having somebody that knows the system. And we're very young, very young. Jack Jones is, I think, the veteran right now in the locker room. So we have to get better there. We gave up the most passing touchdowns. Passing yards were not great. LV-R, appreciate you pulling up. Rick, my guy, salute to you. Salute to all of y'all. What's going on a Saturday? Appreciate y'all pulling up, spending time with your boy, talking free agency. My boy LVR. Definitely want to get your opinion on the new signing. What do you think about Geno Smith? Let me know. Drop your comments. So I was live yesterday when the news broke. People were telling me breaking news. I was kind of skeptical, and my phone was sitting there blowing up like crazy. So finally, I looked and I was like, "Oh man, yes, for sure." So, Geno Smith traded. He's due $31 million, not guaranteed. Was a part of the big deal. There's talk out there, like I said, 4 years, $200 million is crazy. But the Raiders, it seems like Spytech is damn good with these contract negotiations so far. Um, Pushing shit to the back. What's good? What's good? Appreciate everybody pulling up. How do you even say that name? 545. We'll just go with that. Appreciate you pulling up in the building. All right, let's get into this chat before it gets too far. Yeah, all cleaned up. We need to get Mason Graham at 6. I wouldn't mind Mason Graham at 6. I wouldn't mind Mason Graham one bit. I wouldn't mind his partner counterpart next to him. I wouldn't mind him. Not at 6, but Raider Paul was good. Appreciate you pulling up. I wouldn't mind building the defensive line, but to me, I mean, you can't have too many defensive linemen, especially. I mean, look what happened to Kuntz. Look what happened to Christian Wilkins. Last year, we paid him all that money for 2 games. I know he's going to be on a mission. That dude's going to be definitely ready to go. Hopefully, back healthy, has plenty of time, to get right. Raider Ryan, appreciate you pulling up. So we have a solid defensive line. We have Jonah Lalu, I think, still in the building. We don't know what we're doing with Chase on. or Malcolm Kuntz or Robert Spillane. So we might have some new pieces. Hopefully we get faster, right? If we move on from Spillane somehow, or we move on from Trayvon, hopefully we get faster, which I don't know. Looking at free agency, I really don't see anybody better than Trayvon at this point. But with the money we're spending, I mean, you only have so much money to go around for big, top name guys. You can't pay everybody in the building $30 million a year or 40 or $50 million a year. Hell, you can't even pay, two guys that just with Christian Wilkins, Max Crosby, and Gino, if he gets what everybody's talking about, is is crazy for three guys in the building, in my opinion. Hopefully it all works out. Mason Graham at 6. I don't know if they're going. I don't know. Like I said, I keep having a feeling. Why is my light so shitty? Um, I keep having a feeling that we're gonna trade back. We have a lot of free agents. I don't think we can bring them all back with the money we have. The money's dwindling. It's getting lower and lower and lower as we speak. Please make me a moderator. Why? Why you want to be a mod? I don't even know you, man. Draft Henderson, Travion Henderson from Ohio. I'm not mad at that. I like Quinshawn Judkins just because if we do go out and get a guy like a Najee Harris, he's not that red zone guy that we need. Definitely when it comes to short yardage, I mean, he definitely picks up plenty of first downs. We know that, but inside the red zone, it seems like he gets little bit lackluster. I mean, when the defense tightens up, it's hard for guys that aren't that explosive, aren't that slippery, aren't really that powerful when you look at guys like Derrick Henry. So if you get a guy like Najee Harris, then you have to go get one of those bowling balls. I think in this draft, and there's plenty of guys that are 6'2", 225, running 4.40s. Good lord, this draft is fast. It depends on the contract with Geno Smith. Here, let me pull this up so everybody else can read because my reading sucks. I can barely see with these glasses. I get some new ones. 31 million, no guarantees. I wouldn't do more of an extension than 2027. So an extra 2 years, maybe 35, 40 max. Current market for Geno. I mean, that's the market, right? Whether we like it or not, that's the market nowadays for a quarterback. I mean, the market's just continuously going up every year. I mean, shit, every couple games it seems like. So, I mean, the market for a top quarterback in the NFL right now is $40 million, $30 million. Derek Carr just signed back with the Saints, I do believe. What he get? 40 mil. He was due 50. They renegotiated, so he gets 40. They only pay 30 somehow, and signing bonuses, all that. You know how they do that. So, I mean, if Derek Carr, which is you could pretty much say is the same as Geno Smith, right? I mean, stat wise, career wise, I've seen all kinds of people put up their stats comparing Derek Carr to Geno Smith. I don't know why you would even make the comparison. It doesn't matter. Please add my pin ID. What the hell are you talking about, man? Um, Still draft a quarterback and learn behind with a third year option for the Raiders. You saying draft a quarterback in the first round still? I mean, to me, that still makes sense. If they believe that their guy is there, if you believe your guy is there in the first round at 6, then go get him. It makes more sense. You have him on that 5-year option because you draft him in the first round, and if he turns out to be that guy, then it's great. If not, I mean, then shit, we've picked worse at 6. we've picked way worse at 6. Oh shit, I'm gonna get caught way behind in this chat. Gino was quite efficient when he's teamed with Pete. Yeah, he had his best year with Pete Carroll, and I mean nobody could knock that. But also he had what 8 or 9 years in the NFL before he, you know, got with Pete Carroll or however you want to say it before they paired up or teamed up. He had a lot of bad years. I mean, 12 touchdowns, 21 interceptions his rookie year with the Jets. It didn't get any, 13 and 13 or something the next year. I don't have the stats in front of me, but somewhere around there, they're not great stats. I mean, I don't want to keep comparing them to anybody else, but to me, those aren't great stats. It took the guy 8 years, 9 years before he became a NFL starting quarterback, and it took Pete Carroll for him to do that. So I believe he can play his best years again with Pete Carroll. I don't see why he couldn't. And when that's the market price, is he the top 15 quarterback? You'd have to put him. I mean, if you can control the turnovers, if you can get rid of the turnovers, the fumbles, and the interceptions, I mean, he could be up there. The yards are there. The touchdowns aren't. When you have a DK Metcalf and you have a Tyler Lockett, and then you have LVR. Uh what's the other receiver they have? And Boone. I'm not even going to try to say his name. I don't know, but they have another receiver over there that was killing it. I have had him on my fantasy team, but I don't know how to pronounce his name. But they have some damn good receivers over there. So 15 touch or 21 touchdowns, 15 interceptions is rough for the receivers that were over there. But that can be cleaned up. Like you said, he had his best years with Pete Carroll. He made it to the playoffs one time in his 12-year career, and they lost. So kind of is like a Derek Carr. I mean, really, if you look at it, seems a lot like Derek Carr. Facts. Top money is 60 mil per. I.e. Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, his was ridiculous. Also, money goes up each year. New TV deals and all that blah 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 stuff. I mean, actually, Ray Love, what's good? What's good? 100%. So it's market value, and it's market value for a quarterback that if you do what Pete Carroll said he's going to do, right, and you put, you know, you take all the weight off his shoulders. He doesn't have to do it all. You give him a running game, you give him a solid offensive line. He's not constantly running for his life. He's not making pressured throws, constantly. I do believe, I think he had 2.8 or 9 seconds to throw the ball last year. Not very good numbers. They did have a way better running game than the Las Vegas Raiders. So, I mean, we're gonna have to do something and shoot for the moon when it comes to a running game. That's why I think Najee Harris is still our best bet. I mean, even at the 9, 10 million, whatever he's asking, if we can get him somewhere around there, not sign him to no crazy deal if he's down for that, 2, 3 years on a deal that we could cut him without, having crazy dead money cap if it doesn't work out, or if one of the running backs that we draft fits that bill and becomes that guy. Dude, my Lakers are getting worked. What is going on? No defense. Sorry. Um, Jeez Louise. Yeah, I was saying still get a quarterback number one. So you have that 5th year option. Yeah, got you. Um, Gino's contract in 3 years, 30, 35 mil. 30, 35 mil would be okay, but there's reports saying that he wants 40 to the Raiders, shoot for the moon, like I said, and give them, some crazy astronomical number and put it. Arnie Garza was good, put a lot of it towards the back end, give him so much guaranteed where it doesn't, doesn't kill our books, doesn't leave us so much dead cap. Um, Geno Smith needs Tavian Jenkins, 100%. I've already talked about that, bro. Tavian Jenkins is my second or third, third guard in this draft. Um, who signed? Somebody signed today. Who signed today? Rodney Ronnie Staley. Was it Ronnie Staley that signed back? So he's off the board at tackle. I mean, damn, we're running out of options, but I like Tevin Jenkins. If he could be healthy at the price, it's not bad. 10, 11 mil. You're getting a solid guy, a guy that doesn't give up, that, constantly has that motor, that fight in him. But the problem is staying healthy. That's, man, you got to stay healthy. Trap Henderson, Higgins, and Bowers. Mayor's Tucker Mayor. What do you think, Rebel? Um, I'm down. I mean, shit. If we could get Travion Henderson and Jalen Higgins with Brock Bowers, uh, shit, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. I'll rock with that any day of the week. I got LVR. You said, yeah, I've said Najee since the end of 2004 season. Downhill runner we need. If McCormick comes back, I get that. I guess I should put this up. Like, nah, fuck, I'm just gonna read it. If McCormick plus running back to compete with Dylan Lobby running back 3, McCormick running back 2, I don't think that's enough, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I like McCormick. I think Sincere McCormick, should have got his chances probably a year or two ago. He got hurt. He got his chance this year. He got hurt again. I'm not taking that chance. I'm really not. I love, since I've been one of the, biggest advocates for Sincere McCormick, but I just don't see him making the roster. I mean, I think they're going to give him a chance to compete in camp, but I think they're going to go get a rookie. I really believe maybe 2 in this draft. You have Dylan Labe back there. I don't know. I really don't. Unfortunately, I mean, I would love to see him make the team, and I hope he does. I hope, he gets every shot and takes advantage of his opportunities. I just don't see Sincere being back. Dylan Sampson out of Tennessee, I would take in a heartbeat. You know, the guy's explosive, holds on to the ball, can catch the ball, can block pretty. I mean, pretty damn good. It's the NFL, so, and these running backs are, people say a dime a dozen. You get mad when you say a dime a dozen, but it's just facts. That's how the NFL goes. If you're not a Saquon Barkley, a Josh Jacobs, which, it's really crazy that Josh Jacobs, is considered one of those top guys. I mean, he did have 1,600 yards for us. That's a huge accomplishment. He did have another, 12, 1,300 yards, 1,400 yards or something this year. So he's definitely one of those top guys, but he hasn't been every single year. So, running backs, you get 2, 3, 4 years out of them, and once that rookie contract's up, then they're pretty much, if they're not that impact, explosive number one franchise guy, then they're pretty much down the road and they're moving on, getting somebody else. I gotta remember where I'm at. Draft 2 running backs plus sign a UDFA running back to compete. Do we cut White, Lobby, and McCormick? It depends on camp. Like I just said, let them compete. Bring them in there. You have 94 guys, 96 guys, whatever it is. I think it's going to go up this year, possibly, for guys you can have in camp. I think they talked about that last year. I'm not positive. LVR probably knows. Um, so if it does, that's even better. But we have plenty of spots, right? We have plenty of spots. We pretty much know who the defensive guys are going to be. Um, We pretty much know who the defensive guys are going to be once we sign them, once we get them in the building. If we bring back the free agents, but the other guys have been there for a while. Sorry, trying to pull this live up. Let me pull it up. What the fuck? Sorry, I don't know. I was trying to read that and forgot the hell I was talking about. Najee Harris, McCormick number 2, Labe number 3. Running back is what I'm saying. Labe has the wheels, excellent hands. Oh, I get you. Like running back. I don't think they're gonna get much. I guess. I guess in Pittsburgh, he did kind of split time. I think what's the guy over there, Morris or whatever. He did get like 100 and something carries, so he did split a bunch of time. I mean, I can see that happen. I wouldn't be mad if Bobby makes the team. I just see so many running backs in this draft better than Sincere McCormick. And you can't even say Sincere McCormick has more experience because the time he's been in the NFL has been on a practice squad or injured. So, he's not that far ahead. He's older, which is going to hurt him a lot, especially with some of these guys coming out are 20, 21 years old. I mean, if you get a 20, 21-year-old running back that's running a 4.40, I just don't see a place for McCormick. But it'd be nice. I mean, I hope he has the best offseason and it makes it, but draft 2 running back, sign a UDFA running back to compete with Lobby and McCormick. I said that already, didn't I? Chiefs wide receiver won't be charged. Did you really think he was going to be charged? I don't know why that's a surprise. Like I'm not. That's not a surprise at all. Not one bit. Why can't I watch my own damn live? Crazy. Sorry, give me a minute. I was trying to pull this up so I can see every damn thing. Um, yeah, that dude's not going to get charged. They probably threatened his family, or threatened her family, or whoever's family they was beating up on. It was like, if he gets kicked out of NFL or gets suspended, it's on like Donkey Kong. Yeah, they drop charges real quick, real quick. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, but I don't know what the situation was, so I'm not gonna, speculate. I don't know what happened. I didn't even read the shit because all I seen was some domestic violence shit, and I was like, damn, another Chiefs player that will, get out of his shit and not get in trouble. But that's just how it goes. That's how it goes. Rebel, would you be mad if we pass on Shador Sanders with the 6th pick? Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. If they have a plan. I mean, if he's there with Gino in the building, to me, Shador makes more sense. I wasn't big on Shador. You know, it's not my top guy. I seen this thing from Phil Sims. Man, I should have pulled that shit up. Damn it. Hold on, give me a second. I gotta do this. Put the light. I can't see shit. Dead. Go check out Chris Sims over on YouTube. I almost called him Phil Sims again. I always do that. Latest video talking about Shador Sanders, saying some teams might not have jobs if they draft this kid. I don't know. I didn't watch it, but it is on my to watch list for sure. Oh, that's so much better, man. Um. So yeah, go check that out. How long is Gino going to play? Did I skip some other shit? We have a poor wide receiver room. If you are the GM, who do you sign, trade, or draft? I think we're past that. I mean, the money's getting low, right? Maybe Michael Mayer. I don't know if they're really wanting to trade that dude or if it's, just teams calling to see what they want. I haven't heard too many reports. I don't know, what the situation is. I don't know if he wants out. I'm sure he does. I wouldn't be happy if I was drafted number 2 and the team traded up to get me and then drafts, my replacement in front of me. like that to me that's rough. To me that's rough. So if I was Michael Mayer, I'd want out, and I think that's probably some of the problems he had, whatever the time off he had last year. I'm not going to say it mental problems because I don't know if it was mental. Um, the time he missed or the games that he missed last year could have a lot to do with the fact that, he, like I said, was number 2. They moved up to get him. He thought he was the guy. They didn't really use him too much as a rookie. I think he was, promised probably a lot more reps and a lot more involvement in the offense coming around the next year. And then it just so happens the draft went how it went, and nobody was expecting Brock Bowers to be picked. So I could see Michael Mayer, not being happy, but I could also see him fitting in this offense, even if we don't run 12 personnel. Players get hurt, injuries happen. You have to, you could use the dude as a fullback. We've lined him up there. There's so many options you could use Michael Mayer. And when you trade up to go get a guy in the second round, it just, I mean, to me, it's if he does, if it was mental reasons that he did decide to miss games or wasn't in the building, this is gonna mess him up bad, bro. Right? Like, unless he wants to get traded, if he doesn't want to get traded, I don't think it's gonna be good for the kid. So, um, there's not really. I'm not impressed. I'm not really impressed. I'm not impressed with free agency. The guys that I like on other teams, and again, I don't watch too many other teams. Just the teams I see play the Raiders or receivers that stand out or guys that are constantly talked about. I do check out, but I don't watch too many guys from other teams. So unless they're a free agent, I really don't know who would be out there to trade for. And most of the guys, like I said, that I would want or would talk about trading, probably won't be traded. Like they're probably not probably not available on the trade market. I would suspect. But draft wise, I mean, shit. I don't know. See my notes. I like the Stanford kid. Emanor, however the hell you say his name. I like that kid. Um, I don't know. I don't know. There's not really a lot. There's not really a lot. I'm not a huge Tez Johnson fan. I thought did not kill it. I like Jaden Higgins. I like Trey Harris, but those are all first round guys. I like Matthew Golden. Um, I really, really like Emeka Ibuka at Ohio State. But again, if he somehow makes it past the first round, well, I'm snagging that dude and I'm moving up or whatever you got to do. I mean, if you want your ex number 1 guy to be the number 1 guy for many, many years to come, that's just has huge upside and is going to get better and better every season, in my opinion. You go get the Ohio State guy that has ties with Chip Kelly, fit knows the system. You could go get a Will Howard in the 4th round, probably. He's probably going to be there 4th or 5th round. The way this draft seems to be going, might go in the 3rd round. I don't know, but the way the combine looked to me, if he doesn't have a smoking hot pro day, he's looking more like a fourth round quarterback. So if he's there in the fourth round, I mean, you could take him, right? I think he played his best football with Chip Kelly. I think he got beat out at Kansas State or whatever he was at from another quarterback. So I don't. I mean, I'm not big on Will Howard, and it's going downhill as we speak. The more I talk about him, the less. Even if he was in Chip Kelly's system, so I don't know who I trade for draft wise. Again, Jack Beck, I think could be one of those guys. Not an X, not the guy we're looking for, but could definitely be one of those guys like the guy we have, like a Jacoby Meyer that catches everything you throw at him. Is going to get you yards after the catch, not going to turn the ball over. I think his stock went up a lot. Pat Bryant from Illinois, I thought was pretty decent. That Matthew Golden, bro, that Matthew Golden 4.3 speed, I think the Raiders were already talking about Matthew Golden. Reports were there have been a lot of reports that the Raiders had their eye on Matthew Golden. That's who a lot of scouts were looking at. And then he shows out in the combine, right? Comes out, runs a 4.340. So how could you not? I mean, I'm not big on taking a receiver in the first round, but again, I really feel that the Raiders are trading back. It just makes sense. You need a receiver, you need a running back. You can't take them in the first round. It's just not the norm unless they really feel like one of those guys are their guy for the future for a long, long time, and it's a can't miss guy. Which I mean, I don't know who would be, but maybe they do, right? They did go out and get Geno Smith, and nobody's seen that coming. So it's kind of hard to say which way the Raiders go receiver wise. I mean, I like that kid. I don't even know where he plays. Ty Felton. I thought Ty Felton had a huge combine. Didn't he run sub 4.4? Yeah, ran a sub 4.4. He caught everything they threw out of him. I don't think he had any drops. Went out and plucked the ball out of the air with both hands. Didn't let any passes get to his body. So when you're running, especially the gauntlet, straight line drill, and you're getting pass after pass after pass coming, and none of them get anywhere near your body, to me, that's damn good hands. So I really like Ty Felton. I don't have any clue what round. Um, Another guy that had blazing speed, I thought impressed that I didn't know shit about was Chime Dyke. Would he run a 4.34? Like blazing fast, good size, decent hands. I thought in the combine. I mean, I don't know on tape. I haven't really went over and watched film because I don't think receiver. I think we'll probably be like fourth round that we get a receiver. So it'll be one of these lower guys. Not gonna be Matthew Golden or one of the guys we're thinking about, unless they do like I say, trade back from 6, get another pick in the second round. Then you still have your third. We have 3 6s. I mean, you have picks from next year. We have players that have been talked about being traded that you can move in a package deal to move back up into the first round. So, you can get 2 late first round picks. You can pick somewhere in the 15s, maybe the 12s, depending on who you trade with, Dallas or it just depends. But I'm sure a lot of teams that wouldn't mind moving up to 6 to get one of these top guys, or even higher. There might even be teams moving up to number 1. Um, Gino playing for the next 2 seasons until Riley Leonard is ready. Bro, I like Riley Leonard. I'm telling you. People keep telling me I don't know shit about football because I think Riley Leonard is going to be a damn good football player. He could be a bust. I could be wrong. But I feel really, really strongly that if a team takes a chance on this kid and lets him sit for a year or two, you're going to be hearing Riley Leonard a lot in the NFL. He's just way too athletic as a quarterback to not be successful when you can make the throws he makes, when you have the footwork he has, when you can, throw from 2 3 different angles. Like, he has all the talent you need from a mobile quarterback, and then he can work on the arm strength or the deep ball accuracy, but it's not bad at all. Like, it's definitely doable in my opinion. But I don't know. I mean, Geno Smith, you pay him the money. If he has a good year, you know, you keep him another year. If he doesn't have a good year, then damn, he's getting benched for whoever's behind him. And then you possibly move on from him, or I mean, I don't know. He's gonna have an explosive ass year. I know for a fact that 21 touchdowns, 15 interceptions with 9 fumbles or 6 fumbles, whichever it is, because I've seen on 3 different damn things. 2 of them said 9, one said 6. So I don't know which one it is, but either one is ridiculous. I know that. So if you have a year like that, I mean, that's not going to help us. We had our season that we had last year, 4-13, for a reason. It wasn't because this team was completely ass. It wasn't because we had no offense. It wasn't because our quarterbacks couldn't throw touchdowns. It was because we couldn't stop turning the ball over. We constantly gave the ball to the other team. Like, I don't know what the number is, but it's a lot, bro. It's crazy between the running backs, between Gardner Minshew's interceptions and fumbles. You can't win like that. And no matter what Geno Smith does, if he comes in and throws for 5,000 yards and 33 touchdowns like he did, and still has 15 interceptions and 9 fumbles, bro, that's not going to help us much anymore. That's not going to be much of an improvement at all. So I'm praying that shit works, and at least for 2 years, at least for 2 years, and that's shitty for Aiden O'Connell. But it is what it is, right? It's the NFL, which stands for not for long. I mean, you had your chance, and you'll have your chance to compete again. And I'm not counting that shit out. But if Geno's that guy and is that guy next year, then it's pretty much curtains. Curtains. The mustache will be done in Vegas. But then I mean, either way, you got a damn good backup that could come in off the bench, win games. Um, More like the receivers. What? Paid the person off to keep quiet. That's what I'm saying. You paid them off, or you threatened them, or whatever. Shit, whatever it takes. You ain't in trouble. That's all that matters. You got away with some bullshit. More surprising is Charles Snowden back after he drove his car onto a guardrail and was so fucked up or messed up. It took him 10 minutes. Reports are to get the man to wake up, and then he couldn't even stand up to talk to him. And then you bring that dude back after all the Henry Ruggs shit. Damn, I would have never thought with Tom Brady and the excellence that everybody talks about. I mean, everybody deserves a chance. Everybody deserves a chance. But damn, like, damn, go get your chance somewhere else, right? You had it with us. Like, let somebody else give you that chance. I don't know. He played pretty decent, right? He played pretty decent. He had a pretty good year until that shit happened. But it was nothing to write home about, nothing special. I mean, Caleb Von Chasen came in and did way more than he did in 3 games. So I don't know. I'm not big on the Charles Snowden thing. It's to me, when you're that messed up, it's just stupid. Like, you can make a phone call. You could call a Uber, bro. You make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, or even at least, close to 1 million, bro. Like you can't call a Uber, you can't call a taxi, you can't call a damn limo, you can't call some shit, you can't call a friend. I mean, that's ignorance, bro. And there should be no tolerance for ignorance when it comes to that. You could kill people. Like you can take, you could take fathers or mothers away from children. Like that shit is. I don't know. I don't know. I do have a DUI, but man, I drank 2 damn beers and got a DUI. So being shit faced to where you are blacked out in your car that's hanging over a ledge rocking. That's wild to me, bro. That's wild to me. So shout out to Charles Snowden, bro. Hope he gets help. Thank God you didn't kill nobody and you get a second chance. Make the best of it. I mean, that's all I can say on that shit. Um, if it were up to me, I didn't even read your shit. I just went off on a rant. Sorry, my guy. If it were up to me, he'd be off the team instantly and send a message to the rest of the team that dumb decisions. What? Oh, gotcha. Right? Gets you booted. I mean, 100%. Geomex, what's good? Jaden Higgins would be a damn good draft. Damn good draft. Look, I have all the faith in the world in this coaching staff and this regime to do the right thing. I mean, you could say the Cincinnati guard, wasn't the greatest, but the man was on a Super Bowl team. He didn't play in the Super Bowl because he got hurt. I mean, he is up there in age. Hawaiian Candy was good. Appreciate you pulling up. Um, yeah, he's up there in age, but maybe he could be a backup piece. I don't think they brought him in to be a starter. Now, if he earns the starting job, that's great. That's another, 300 plus pounder on the offensive line instead of a 285-pound Dylan Parham. So, I mean, that's an upgrade. If you look at the penalties, the sacks, the pressures, it's a downgrade. But like I said, this regime, I have 100% faith in, bro. They'll be all right. Um, we also get 6 to 9 billion back from Gardner Minshew, 1.3 back from Andre James, meaning we really have about 57 to 62 million remaining. That's it. Did we already sign Gino? Did I miss something? Did we sign Robert Spillane? Where the hell did the money go? What happened? What? Oh my god. That's it? After cutting those dudes? Damn. Well, I hope we get some damn sneaky players. I hope, Pete Carroll being out for a year was doing his homework in the NFL and watching every dude he can and Spy Tech also, scouts, whatever, because I mean, that doesn't sound like Trayvon Morig, Malcolm Kuntz, Robert Spillane. I think that's a eeny, meeny, miny, mo right there, right? Who you taking? Who you taking? Who's most important? Trayvon Morig, Robert Spillane, or Malcolm Kuntz? To me, I think Chason could give you half of what Malcolm Kuntz gave you, and maybe with Snowden, you can get, a quarter of that. So maybe that's a three-quarter of a Malcolm Kuntz. Chason might even be better than Malcolm Kuntz. I mean, he did do pretty damn well. Um, with the interceptions, you know, not in the backfield, nowhere near the amount of times Malcolm Kuntz was. However, if you could take those two and get, you know, a third or three-quarters of Malcolm Kuntz production, I think that'll be fine. Robert Spillane, you can't replace those 100 tackles, but damn, for the price, I mean, I don't know. Market value, there's a reason he's not signed yet, right? And it's not because the Raiders don't want him. It's not because he don't want to be a Raider, but obviously, what the fuck is going on down there? Obviously they can't reach an agreement, right? And that's a big problem. Like, so it seems like the sides may be a little bit farther away than we think. Look for Monday for him to be signed right away. If he hits the free agent market, that could be crazy, but maybe they decide to move on from him because 57 to 62 mil, we still have 19 free agents. We brought back 5, right? We signed Geno Smith. He doesn't count on our free agent pool. We still just swapped him from Gardner Minshew, so that doesn't matter. But we still have 19 or 20 free agents, right? We signed 6 guys back, so we have 21, 22, some shit like that to sign for 57 mil. Not all those guys make $1 million. Some of them make a tad bit less. Some of them make more. So, damn. Hey, Rebel, sorry I missed. Hey, no problem. I appreciate you pulling up. Our Lakers play defense. Man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're going to have to do something. They have to go. I mean, I don't know. I think, not to change subjects, but Laker wise, missing Hachimura, bro. Hachi kills it when it comes to battling those big guys. He's athletic, he's fast, he can hang with those dudes, he can box them out. We don't have nobody doing that for the Lakers right now. We need Rui Hachimura bad. Um, No from Iowa State had a good combine. Yeah, he did have a good combine. And I mean, dude, speed wise, if you just need a fast X guy, bro, you could probably get one, third or fourth round. There was what 15 guys or something that ran sub 4.40s. So lightning fast dudes in this draft. Kale Mullins could be a Tyrone Wheatley 2.0. I would take that all day, bro. I liked Kale Mullins. I thought he had a pretty solid year. Tyrone Wheatley, I mean, that would be a damn good comp, and I could live with that, no problem. Tyrone Wheatley was never my favorite Raider, just because I expected too much out of that dude, I guess. But he disappointed me a lot. But I still love the shit out of Tyrone Wheatley, and shit, Tyrone Wheatley 2.0 would be damn good for us. We need somebody that can get that short yardage. I mean, we got stuffed so many times this year when it came to 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, goal line. I mean, fumbles, 5-yard losses. It just absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, I would take KO Mullins. Geo Mex, where you think he'd go? What round? I don't have anything pulled up tonight. I'm just on here bullshitting, smoking. Riley ran a 4.5 in the 40. That would put him as the fastest quarterback in the AFC West, including Geo Smith. I think it was a 4.6. I do believe, but you're right. If it was a 4 or 5, I'm not. I mean, I'm not arguing with you. I'm not trying to, but I heard it was in high school. His high school coming into college, 40 time was a 4.6, and they do have them. I think on NFL Draft Buzz, their stats or whatever they have for each player has him at a 4.6. I don't know why he didn't run at the combine. I was really, really, really disappointed in my guy Riley Leonard. And again, I'm not a Notre Dame fan. Just something about Riley Leonard that, man, I like the way the kid carries himself, his athleticism, the way you can just give him the ball over and over and over again as a running back, and he just keeps getting up. You can't beat that dude. Like, he doesn't get hurt. He makes it. He's durable as hell. He makes quick decisions when they let him throw the ball. They didn't let him throw the ball. They didn't let him throw the ball at Duke or Notre Dame. When they did let him throw the ball in that championship game, he started coming back, and he also had one of the best quarterback performances, against Ohio State this year. So I really like Riley Leonard, dude. I'm a big fan of Riley Leonard, and yeah, he's faster than shit. That would be faster than everybody in the NFL, wouldn't it? What quarterback runs a 4.5? Malik Willis, maybe. Like I don't know. Lamar Jackson, he ain't even that fast, is he? That'd be crazy. Davion Williams is my guy, but I thought we were talking about guys that we had a chance to get. Like I see that dude being a first rounder, definitely. Trey Harris too, but Savion Williams. I mean, if you could get that Cordell Stewart, because that's been his comp, Cordell Stewart, just because you can put him in the Wildcat. He has, some people say, trouble catching, drops a lot of passes. You can fix all that, right? In the NFL, there's a million drills you can do. There's a million training exercises you can do. Now, if it's because of small hands, then you can't really fix that shit. You can't grow somebody's hands. You can't stretch them out. But Savion Williams is a freak of nature. He is athletic as hell. He can play running back. He can play quarterback. He can play in the slot. He can play the X. He can play the Y. You can put him anywhere pretty much except offensive line. Hell, you could probably put him at tight end. He wouldn't be able to block very good, but he'd get open. So I'm a huge Savion Williams fan also. Like I would draft that dude in a heartbeat. And I said it before. I would take a chance. If I moved back in the first round, I would snatch that dude up. I would definitely snatch him up in the first round. People are like, "Oh, it's the second round." Yeah, but he's going to be gone in the second round. Probably in the first couple picks in the second round. Like he's not going to last long just because the athleticism, the speed, the size. I mean, he's 6'5", what, 240 some shit? Like 225? My bad, not 240. And then and then the speed. I mean, you can't compete with that shit. To me, he's better than T Mac. I would take him over T Mac in this draft, 100% any day of the week. Call me crazy, but I'm standing on business on my shit. Savion Williams, I've been talking about for a while, and not until a couple weeks before the draft when I started going over, what receivers, what guys I liked, which guys I didn't, and that dude just jumps off a tape like everything you watch. Now, I didn't see too many drops because I only watched 2 games. And the fuck game did I watch? Shit, I don't know. It's in these notes somewhere. I wasn't prepared to look that up, but I did watch 2 full games. Man, the kid's nasty, right? Highlight film. He's a human highlight film. I mean, some of the catches he made are just absolutely crazy. And again, with that size, bro, we need a receiver like that. We need a receiver like that bad. Um, Dante Thornton Jr. I like also, fourth round, and some others at receiver. Um, Savion Williams in the third. You think he's gonna make it? He's gonna last till the third, bro. I would all day take him in the third, but I'm telling you, I would move up in the. I don't think he's gonna go that. I don't know. I don't know. That dude is just too special to me. I see too many teams with need at all the positions, right? At running back, a guy that can definitely kill you in the reverse, in the read option, in so many ways. Savion Williams just can beat you. But if he's there in the third, there's no hesitation. I'm pulling the trigger on that shit all day. Um, we don't need a speed guy. We have that in Trey Tucker. We need another big body receiver, like a 6'4", 220. we do need a speed guy. Trey Tucker catches the ball with his body way too much. He's still diving for every damn pass. He's been open. I don't know how many times, had guys beat and had to dive for the damn ball that was right there. If he would have just took two more steps with his fast ass little legs and caught the damn ball with his hands, it would have been touchdown. So I'm disappointed in Trey Tucker, bro. Totally disappointed. I thought it was going to be a damn good year for him, and it was a big disappointment. Devontae talked about how he got eye surgery and it helped his eyes, but it didn't help the ball stick to his hands. And just too many times he was open and or shit was even had trouble getting open for his speed. They used him in too many crazy, put him in the slot, trying to juke guys and run little curl routes or run stupid drag routes and shit like that. Like, man, just let the man run. So maybe they'll use him different. I don't know, but I just I was very disappointed in Trey. I would move on from him really if it if it was up to me. Like, he really hasn't done shit in I mean, would he have 400 and something yards with half the reset? Well, I guess he had. I mean, he had, I guess, half the year of Jacoby. He had pretty much half the yardage or a little less than half the yardage with a little less than half the receptions. But still, like, you got to do better to me. I'm tired of mediocre and settling. And Trey Tucker, like, to me, Tyler Lockett would be a hell of a lot better. We wouldn't have the speed, but we do have speed. And that dude from Tennessee, the hell's his name? That's was on the practice squad all year long. Uh, we can go get speed in this draft. There's so many receivers in this draft that would take Trey Tucker's job in a heartbeat. It wouldn't even be fair in camp, in my opinion. These guys, I've seen so many guys just their route tree is way crazier than Trey Tucker's would ever be. And I know he was trying to learn, and Devontae was bringing him along. And I think it set him back with Devontae being traded. I think it really hurt Trey Tucker. He looked up to him like a big brother. Devontae called him his son. Like, so yeah, to me, I don't know, not big on Trey. Um, Gino Seattle playing indoors, 30 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Outdoors, 45 touchdowns, 21 interceptions. Hopefully, those numbers will get better playing most of the games indoors now. Well, I mean, I'll take the 30 touchdowns and the 30 and 5 is over the 45 and 21 any day of the week, right? So if he can put up 20, 30 and 5, we make the playoffs. I'll put my left nut and my right nut on that shit right now. If he puts up 30 and 5 and we have a running game, we make the playoffs. You still need to put up like 20 mil for guys who get drafted. Doesn't I think Over the Cap has that shit out, right? They have like 14 mil put away. It says for drafted um our Spotrack, one of them. One of them. But if that's the case and we still got to put 15 20 million away for rookies, bro, we're getting a bunch of scrubs left over. And we're losing a lot of players, a lot more than we think. That's crazy. The Kappa signing is reasonable. We are paying him as the 19th highest paid guard, uh, which he is about that. And then the other guys' price tag have similar numbers and sacks and pressures given up. I mean, I don't know. DJ Glaze's numbers was, or Parham's numbers was way better than him, right? For way less money. I'll just stick with that. At me, it's 20 million. It's like 10 to 12. Even Bo Nix contract is 4 million as the 12th overall pick. Yeah. It's somewhere in there. But then if you move up and you have 2 first round picks, you gotta account for that too. We can still sign 4 or 5 free agents. Most of our free agents weren't that good. And weren't coming back. It's really Spillane, Kuntz, Moreg, linebacker, defensive end, safety to worry about. I don't know. We're losing. I mean, yeah, I guess a lot of those guys are linebackers, are one defensive end and a safety, but we still have 20 guys that are free agents we have to bring back or replace. And that hasn't been done yet. And even if each one of those guys make $1 million, that's 20 mil right there. Plus 10 for the salary, say 12, say 15 for free agency, that's 35. If we sign the 20 guys we have to $1 million a piece, which that's never gonna happen. Hey, at least you shaved and you don't look like Raider D. Hey, thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Just Raiders, baby. Man, good show this morning, bro. That shit was rocking. Salute, my brother. Appreciate you pulling up. Williams also had good body of work. Had to make sure that said what I thought it said before I read it. He goes up for balls and blocks out defenders with the body at the catch point. A lot of it with Trey Tucker has been the quarterback play. With Aiden O'Connell was quarterbacked. He looked a lot better. I mean, he did okay, but it wasn't much better. It wasn't great. Trey Tucker has 539 yards, 3 touchdowns on 47 receptions. He would have had way more burger, eating more garbage, right? I feel that. So yeah, like I said, he had pretty much half of what Jacoby Myers had. Um, I'm so close. He had half of what Jacoby Myers had, and then he had 3 touchdowns. I mean, that's not a lot, right? 3 touchdowns. I mean, it's not a bad year. It's not a bad year, definitely. I expected a little bit more, I guess, and I expected him to get the ball a little bit more, and I expected him to be able to fucking catch the ball with his hands. Like, um, Parham is on a rookie contract. Yeah, he's not going nowhere. He will have no balls betting that. LOL. Shit, I don't need him. I'm 50. What do I need him for? We have 61 players already under contract before we even draft anyone or get UDFAs. Yeah, but we still have to pay those guys we bring in, right? For 94 guys we have to bring in, sign, cut, release. You got to have money to do all that shit. And most of those are guys we just brought in and practice squad guys, which I don't even practice squad guys still on our roster. I don't know how we have 61. We had 54 players plus the 18 practice squad guys, right? Or right? Is it 18 practice squad guys? We had our 55 players, whatever it works out to, and the practice squad guys. So, and we had 27 free agents and we only brought back 5. I could be wrong. We have 61 players already under contract before we even draft anyone at UDFAs. I mean, I'm gonna have to look at the roster and see. But if that's the case, that's fine. We just let all those free agents go and don't replace them. We have to bring back some. I mean, of course, you have to bring back some. But I don't think Robert Spillane is going to be. I mean, he's going to be hard to replace. Trayvon Moehrig is. I mean, I just don't see anybody that's going to take his place. Playing 97, 98% of the snaps with 100 tackles, you're not going to get that from anybody else, bro. You're not going to get that from anybody. You know, if we let Trayvon go, do we bring back Marcus Epps? The whole draft class will be like 10 or 12. Most UDFAs get 80 to a mil. We have about 60 mil. We have plenty of money. How is that plenty of money if you let Trayvon go? You're still paying at least somewhere around 10 to 12 mil for a replacement, or if you go a little bit less. If you bring him back, that's 15 mil. If you bring back Spillane, what is that? Another 10, 15 mil? That's 30 right there out of our 60. Take 15 out for free agents, UDFAs, all that shit. That's 55. Somewhere in there, 50 to 55. So what do we like? What are we bringing guys back for? Hundreds of thousands of dollars? Like most of these guys aren't going to play for that. We have signed middle linebacker, defensive end, safety, and maybe a defensive tackle. No, we need to sign a running back. We need another receiver. We need probably another guard. I would get at least another guard because we're going to end up probably getting rid of more than likely Andres Pete. So that's going to be another position we have to fill on the offensive line. We're probably going to get rid of Cody Whitehair. That's going to be another position we have to fill on the offensive line. We just got rid of Andre James. If they're keeping Will Putnam, then that's fine. You know, I can rock with that. If you keep Will Putnam as a backup center, which I thought he should be playing anyway. So that puts us at like 50 something, right? That gives us 10 mil, less than 10 mil to sign a middle linebacker, a defensive end to replace Malcolm Kuntz because we ain't going to be able to pay him now. So you have to replace Malcolm Kuntz somehow. And I don't think Snowden and Caleb Von Chasen is enough to do that at all. Um, and you got to have some guys on the practice squad and backups. Also, another linebacker, another safety, and we definitely need a corner. Like we have to go out and sign a corner. It's got to be a big name corner, in my opinion. Like we have to go make a splash and shore up this backfield. We give it up way too many touchdowns. We give up way too many passing yards. That I mean, that's just not going to fly in Pete Carroll's system with all the rookies we have. I know, you know, Cam Richardson, but if you go get a guy like Byron Murphy, had 6 interceptions, 13 interceptions in his last 4 seasons. He was 62% passer rating in coverage and 69.7 completion ratio against in coverage. So, bro, if you go pay a guy like that 10, 12, $15 million a year, our salary cap is gone. And they're already talking about that's the guy that, you know, the Raiders have been looking at, that they're big high on their board. I mean, there's been plenty of reports from big time reporters, which don't mean shit. They're always wrong all the time. I get that. But that's not enough money, bro. It's not enough money to get all those guys, especially when we need running backs. Probably another defensive tackle. We're gonna let Jenkins go. I know you can get that in. I know you can definitely get that in the draft. You can probably get your safety in the draft. We have Trey Taylor. Uh, just depends on what round. You're not going to get a safety in the draft that's going to replace Trayvon Moehrig right away. Probably not second or third year. I mean, unless you go get uh, Eamon Worry or Malik Starks or one of those guys, you're not replacing what Trayvon Moehrig can do or the value of what him knowing the system in his 4th year. that shit's irreplaceable. You can't put a price tag on that, in my opinion. So yeah, we definitely have some decisions to make. Robert Pena in the building. What's good? What's good? What's good? Shit, I gotta take this. What's good? Word. Um, yeah, shout out, put it in there. So it's gonna be rough, bro. I'm still like I'm not sold on the guys that we have, the 61 guys that we have in the building. Some of those guys still need to be praised. I know we got rid of Andre. I know we got rid of Gardner Minshew. I know there's a lot of guys that didn't get much play time or snap time. There's some guys that we brought in towards the end of the season. We're gonna see what they have, but if those guys don't work out in camp and we're out of money, then what do you do? You know what I mean? Like we can't blast all this money in free agency. Like you said, we got 60 mil. If we go sign Spillane and Morrig, or say we don't even sign them, say we just sign one of them and we let Coons walk and Spillane walk, or Morrig and Kuntz walk, or however it works out, but two of them are gone, that's good. But if we try to bring them back, dude, our whole cap is ate up. And then if the guys we have on the roster don't pan out, or if somebody gets hurt in the season or in the off season and you have to go get another guy, man, then you're in dead cap and behind in the cap. And that shit's going to, you get in cap hell, it's hard to get out. So it's going to be rough. But I believe in Spy Tech. I believe in 73-year-old Pete Carroll. He's been around, that dude's seen it all, been it all. He was the GM, or, partial GM, whatever, when he was the head coach. So at Seattle. So the guy's been around, he knows what he's doing. And then you just pair him with Spytek, who, has been around a long, long time, also been around with the Broncos, Tampa Bay, different organizations, seen a lot of players, drafted a lot of good players. Obviously, so far, he's done pretty damn good, I think, in my opinion, with the contract. With Cosby, I mean, I don't think it needed to be done right away. We probably could have, waited till, just gave him a little bit guaranteed for the next 2 years and then went for that contract. But whatever. If it works out, it works out. It's great. Great to have him back in the building. But what do y'all think? What else I got to talk about? Anything else? If y'all ain't got shit else to talk about, I'm gonna jump off here. I'm gonna go take some dabs. Is that UFC fight over? Did anybody watch that fight? Shit. No. All right. Well, so my guy says, what else? What I miss? People need to be realistic about the CBs. We have Jordan, Jack Jones. I mean, what? We have Jacorian, Jack Jones, Richardson, Webb, and probably get a corner and a defensive end and a linebacker with the rest of the draft. We can't just sign all the big names and team to do that. I know, especially when are paying our quarterback 30 plus mil. Shit, it might even be 40 or 50 mil. I agree though. I agree with you 100%. Jack Jones ain't it though. Jack Jones ain't it, bro. Like when you have guys like, I mean, Byron Murphy, when you have guys like DJ Reed that 46.3% opposing quarterback rating, or uh for opposing quarterbacks allowed, just allowed 2 touchdowns, had a 63 passer rating against, to Jack Jones's 128% quarterback rating. He made every quarterback we played look like Tom Brady. You can't do that, bro. And I don't think it's going to change. That's with his boy as head coach, getting whatever he was getting, having all that free will to, jump on balls and, jump in the backfield, leave your man. That's just not going to happen now. So I'm not big on Jack Jones. I mean, if we keep him, that's fine. If he makes it in camp, that's fine. But he's not a lockdown corner. He's not a shutdown corner. And when you're going to have a defensive line like us, you have to have a solid back end. You need solid linebackers also, but you got to have solid safeties and corners. You need lockdown corners. I mean, if you're blitzing constantly and your corner can't keep up with the wide receiver, it's just going to be wide open touchdowns and big yardage plays like it's been in the past. And I know Jacorian Bennett, coming off the injury, is going to be that guy. He was, on that upward trajectory. I like DCAM. I think, that guy's built like a brick shit house, and he's only gonna get better under Pete Carroll, showing him love, showing him the ropes. I believe that 100%. But are we really going into the season thinking Jacorian Bennett, Jack Jones, and Decamarion Richardson playing slot is gonna be enough to put us in a top 10 defense? I don't. Realistically, like you said, I'm being 100% realistic. I don't see that gives us a top 10 defense. I don't even see that giving us a top 15 defense. So until Jacorian Bennett proves he can make that jump and actually get turnovers and shit, because yeah, he was locked down. I'm not gonna lie. There's a reason he was on every number one receiver, and he was our number one receiver instead of Jack Jones as a second year player, because he's better than Jack Jones. And I think Decamarion Richardson, with his size, his speed, is definitely has the potential to be better than Jack Jones eventually down the road. And maybe he'll take that leap, this year. But we can't put all our eggs in one basket thinking, Sam Webb and Jack Jones and DCAM and Jacorian Bennett are going to be those guys. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I know we got Pal Mal back there. We don't know who the other safety is going to be. It might be Trey Taylor. Um, and practice squad guys are cheap contracts. Yeah, but the whole reason to have practice squad guys is to get the best player you could possibly get on the practice squad to make the competition better, and in hopes that they can develop and take a spot. Like, they're not just out there to be practicing, they're out there to try to get better, to develop, so you can put them on the 52-man roster or 54 or whatever the hell it is nowadays. So you don't want to hire the cheapest guys to put on the practice squad. I mean, I know they're cheap because they're bottom of the free agency, but shit, we had some guys that made decent money. Like, we had guys that were making more than Nate Hobbs that were on the practice squad last year. Now, not with incentives and all that shit, but um, Kelly Blue was making what, almost a mil, I think 1.3 or some crazy shit. We have more cash when we cut down after preseason. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're gonna definitely have more after preseason. But like I said, you want to keep some of that money in the bank, just because, like, look at all the injuries we had last year. What we had to go out and get, what, five, six, seven, what, seven plus players last year and bring in. Now, granted, most of them were $1 million contract or less, which didn't hurt us. So I mean, it's good to have that money, and I just want to see us win, bro. So if we can sign 5 free agents, that are top players, then so be it. I'm down with it. I know we can work the contracts to, give them what they want with so much guaranteed up front, and then on the back end, if the shit doesn't work, it doesn't work. Western Conference, what's good? Appreciate you pulling up. But being down to 60 million already, with the draft not even coming up, free agency hasn't even started. It's kind of scary. We went from the second best. Um, I got any mods in here? Can somebody put Western Conference link in the building, please? Or put that shit up. Appreciate you pulling up. I don't know. That money to me, it just scares the shit out of me. What else did we say? DT, we actually have Wilson can play inside. We also have Jonah Lulu. I got to go through the rated roster again for free agency and wide receiver. Don't take 90 players in regular season, only 53 plus 16. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I know. But we need 94, right? In the offseason. Tiffany, what's good? Appreciate you pulling up. I mean, we got to have those guys in the offseason. You got to have money to pay those guys. And then, if you cut them, whatever. Like I said, we don't know what Jack Jones what they're gonna do with Jack Jones either. I don't know if they're gonna wait till camp and see if he fits the mold, or if they're just gonna move on from him and try to go get somebody in free agency. But the numbers are getting slim, bro. The numbers are getting slim. I really want us to see, if we're paying quarterbacks 40 mil, we're paying Max 35 mil, we're paying Christian 30 something mil. Damn. So we got a quarterback, we got defense. Why can't we have a top name corner? Get rid of Jack Jones, go pay the money, go get Byron Murphy for a couple years, or go get DJ Reed who knows the system. Bring these guys in. If we have all this money, I mean, if you're gonna let Trayvon walk, you have to bring in a DJ Reed, in my opinion, or a Byron Murphy. And it doesn't have to be some huge contract. You could sign him for 3 years, pay him a bunch of money up front, and then if one of these guys develop in the next year or two, then trade them or let them walk. Especially nowadays, you just let anybody walk in free agency. Have a good night, stream. Appreciate you pulling up, Tiffany. The rest of the players will draft. Rest of the players will be draft picks UDFA. You can really only afford so many star players. Yeah, I know. And we had a bunch of star players under cheap ass contract, and we failed to build a team around the quarterback we had, and we wasted money on one that didn't get us anywhere. And I just pray to God that we don't do that this year, that Gino pans out. I mean, I have some faith, but the way the last quarterbacks that we've paid that money to, and now we're paying more money than we would have paid Gardner or Jimmy G. Like, man, it's wild. I hope that shit works. I really hope it works. It doesn't matter if they're the highest paid practice squad guys. Players are like a meal. Yeah, they're somewhere. I mean, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. We have 61 guys on our roster. We only need 54. We only need 16 practice squads. I mean, so that's 70 guys. We have 61. We still have 9 holes to fill, um, with a bunch of free agents that, if they walk, then we have to replace them. And it's not gonna be easy replacing Trayvon Morey. Damn it, dog. Or Robert Spillane or any of these other guys. Like they've been in the system too long. That you don't have to wait for them to catch on or hope they catch on. Fucking dog. Crazy as shit. So yeah, coming up on an hour and a half. We've been an hour and 25 minutes. If y'all got any more, free agent names to talk about, um, like I said, I really think we need another guard. I really like Tevin Jenkins. That's another 10, 12 mil right there. Um, I would love to bring in a guy like Will Fries as a guard. I know our offensive line was okay. They can improve. We still got to get, depth behind them because that was a big, big problem. And continuity, consistency. I think this team's going to be all right. I mean, I think we're going to be all right if we can keep some of these guys in the building. But Malcolm Kuntz, Trayvon Morig, Robert Spillane, whichever one of those guys we lose is going to be hard to replace, in my opinion. It's going to be really hard to replace. We still have the 14th most cap. We will be fine. That 14th most cap don't mean shit though. We have the most, 14th most cap, but we have, top 5 biggest holes in the NFL. So you can have all that cap money, but when you got, top 5 biggest holes in the NFL, we filled one at quarterback, hopefully, but we still have other holes. We have four decent guys that can play corner and play slot. We still have Kelly Blue or whatever, Kai Kelly, whoever the hell we signed. Um, another depth piece, another practice squad guy. James Furbo was good. Appreciate you. But man, that I don't know. That money doesn't go very, very far. So um being with all those guys, being free agents, who are your safeties? Who do you go get in this draft? Who are your corners? Who are you looking to pick up? There's a lot of fast guys, safety too, bro. Like these guys are crazy, crazy. So they say somewhere around, under 4.5 speed at safety is elite, which you got um 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guy 10, 11. No, that can't be right. It's got to be lower than 4.5. There's like 10 guys that have that speed. So I mean, if you got that many, that would be crazy. Malik Starks, of course, one of those guys. I thought Jonas Stanker had a pretty decent combine at a Virginia Tech. Jalen Reed at a Penn State. Uh, Andrew Mabuka out of Texas. I thought, surprised the hell out of me. I did not see him, being able to run drills like that, or even catch some of the catching drills. I thought was pretty good. R.J. Mickens from Clemens, I thought was okay. Um, Ulysses Clark, I thought, you know, wasn't great, but I thought had a decent combine to kind of help this draft a little bit. No, I have corners on here. Do I not have corners? Nope, those were corners. Safety, so missed. Um, who else? Oh, another guy I thought we were talking, I think, linebackers, right? Or is he safety? I don't know. But Darian Porter out of Texas, I thought had a damn good day. Upton Stout, Maxwell Harrison, that dude just killed it 40 time. Zach Frazier, Kobe Bryant, Jahad Barron, Trey Amos. I mean, well, the problem is with that is we can get all those guys coming up in this draft. Shit, I dropped the pin. We can get all those guys coming up in this draft, but we're the second youngest team in the NFL right now. We need veteran leadership, and I just don't think Jack Jones is the veteran leadership that we need in the backfield or in the locker room. Like, I mean, if we don't sign Spillane, we should get Kazir White or Ernest Jones. I still don't think that's replacing 110 plus tackles, but I mean it's a start. I don't know either one of those guys, so I will have to write them down and go check them out. Like I said, I don't watch many other teams. If you're not a free agent or you're not talked about coming to the Raiders, I really don't care. Unless you played for the Raiders, then that's different. Or played against the Raiders, then of course I've seen. Um, Kazir White. But yeah, for sure. I will check that shit out. Morgan wants more than 15 mil. We can get someone like Holland. Yeah, but go look, bro, go compare Holland's stats over his career to Trayvon Morig. Just over the last 2 years, but just over the career. Trayvon Morig is up, 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 up in every single category. I mean, he's damn good. Yes. He's not going to be able to play the 97% or 98% of the snaps like Trayvon Morig does, in my opinion. And even if he does, like, I mean, the 100 and something tackles, like, I don't know. He might be up there, but I don't have the numbers in front of me. I was looking at him sometime this week on one of the lives I did, doing a breakdown. And to me, for the money, I mean, what, a couple more $1 million? Shit, I'm paying Trayvon. Well, yeah, man, I'll check out Ernest Jones. Definitely. So we have used 45 mil on already. Damn. On who? On who? Max Crosby? We used 10 this season on Max. Who else? I mean, who else did we pay? We didn't pay anybody. Sam Webb, Jordan Meredith, a mil. Sam Webb, a mil. Where'd all the money go? We're gonna have to go look at Spo Track in a minute, or over the cap. Cause where the fuck did all the money go, bro? We have four major holes: linebacker, cornerback, defensive end, safety. We can get a running back in the draft. You can get one in the draft, but is he going to start and be able to carry the load? Like, what about the other one? Like, most teams have 3 or 4 running backs on their roster, plus guys on the practice squad. Like, we didn't even have a running back on the practice squad. Oh, yeah, we did. But so I don't know. We're not going to get three starting running backs, or a starting running back, a backup, and a third down back, which I think Dylan Labe could be that third down back. If we keep Amir Abdullah, then we only need 2. But still, we're going to go with 2 rookies and Amir Abdullah and a rookie from last year in our backfield. That's asking a lot from these young guys. I mean, damn. Who led the NFL in rushing this year as a rookie? Let me see if Siri knows. Hey Siri, who led the NFL in rushing as a rookie this year? She don't even know. Why are you searching? Whatever. Um. So yeah, man, I don't think you're gonna get 1,000 yard or 1,000 yard plus back in the NFL. We have to have 1,000 yard running back. We have to have 100 yards a game plus rushing the ball. Um, or we're just not even be able to compete with these guys. Or especially in the AFC West, you got three of the best defenses in the NFL are in our division. So a rookie running back is not going to cut it this year. I like Kevin Winston, Penn State, 6'2", 205, 4'5", 40. I mean, there's a bunch. There's a bunch. But again, just asking them to be that, that number one guy and carry the load. I don't know. I would go quarterback round one and only keep Geno as a bridge for 2 years. Develop the quarterback, draft a linebacker, defensive end in round 2 or 3. Are you trading up to get a quarterback in round one? Because I'm not. I mean, not trading up, trading back. Because who's gonna fall? Like you taking one at 6? You thinking both gonna be there? I mean, I don't know. I don't know about that. But all right, man. It's over an hour and a half. I'm gonna go get something to eat. Appreciate y'all pulling up. Join me tomorrow as we talk more free agent football, and hopefully not the contract the whole time, but I'm gonna break down some more contract shit, talk about it, look at it, and yeah, I'll definitely go check out those cats. Samir White from the Cardinals had 137 tackles, 9 forced fumbles, 8 quarterback hits, 1 interception. Yeah, but damn, what's that price gonna cost? 137 tackles. Was he number one in the NFL? I thought Spillane was the number one linebacker in the NFL when it came to tackles. Geno 31, but we don't know Geno's getting 31. That's if they're probably going to work out an extension. It might be more than that. But y'all have a good night. Peace out. Much love. Appreciate y'all as always. Oh, Kappa 556. So yeah, but we took on Geno's contract because he's still under contract. But the whole reason for trading him is because he wanted more money. So that's gonna go up. That's definitely gonna go up, and we're gonna be even less cap. But join me tomorrow as we do over the cap. We'll break down everything that's on the cap, who we have left, what money have left, who we can sign, what it's gonna cost, and where we will be. So all this confusion will be done and over with. But I appreciate you, LVR. Appreciate you, Hawaiian Candy, and everybody else that pulled up and rocked with me tonight. We'll be on again tomorrow. I don't know what time, man. Just hit the notice, like, subscribe, follow. Peace. Raiders. Much love.